good, people? Circus here, back with another video. I just wanted to touch on the subject on why I feel as though 2K22 Next Gen is dead. And I mean, it's completely dead. As far as I feel like with this game, the game is too hyperinflated. Everything costs money. You need Gatorade boosts just to play and actually have competition. The clothing costs money. A doggone go-kart costs you at least $100 still, and we're like in the middle of March going into April. It's just the game itself is way too hyperinflated, and it gives the players a desire not to play the game. Even the clothing. I mean, some jerseys I done seen at the NBA store, they running at 50,000 VC. Like, that's ridiculous. It's too much. Like, here's the thing. In order to get players to stay on your game, you have to lower those prices. If you keep those prices up that high, nobody ain't going to have a desire to play it. Number two is seasons. We asked for that, and I'm going to be the bad guy, the devil advocate, whatever you want to call it. Before 2K22 started, we were crying about seasons and rewards. Now we're getting these rewards in which we asked for, like tiger, animal, parrot, so on and so forth, whatever it is. Now we're getting those rewards, and it's like we feel as though that, like, oh, that's not enough. But yet these are the same things that we were crying about a year ago to this day going into like 2K22. And that's just wrong. Like, we asked for this. We can't turn around and complain about it. I mean, y'all said y'all needed birds. I mean, not specifically a bird, but some kind of animal. They gave y'all a bird. Now y'all mad. Y'all wanted to have like different kind of characters or mascots. We got mascots. It ain't what you want. So it's like we ourselves as a community, we kind of really tore the game down this year. Because a lot of things we asked for, we got, but it ain't good enough. And that's been going on for years. I've seen it from 20 to 21 and now this year. Everything we asked for, we get it, yes. And yet it's not good enough. And I'm not going to let the devs off the hook because they hold blame to this because they don't listen to us. But we can't also ask for something and then when they give us something, we kind of get mad about it. We get pissed off about it. It is what it is. I mean, we have to accept it what it is, and like we have to like take ownership to it. We really do. Number 3, the online gameplay with boosting and Gatorade. I don't feel as though I have to play a game or have a competitive game that I need boosts in order to win. I'm at the point now where I actually spend boosts almost every month just to feel like I'm in a competitive game. And even with that, the RNG in the game is way too high. And I feel as though that the RNG, it almost gets magnified with the boost and like the Gatorade boost and so on and so forth. Like, it's too much RNG going on. When you got 10 players and they're all boosted up by plus 10 or plus 5 or however it is. I don't know. Please tell me on the comments below how that system works, because I'm dying to find out myself. But the Gatorade boosts and the shot boosts, the defensive steals, so on and so it's too much RNG. It's like you're adding more RNG into an RNG game. And the specifics of why I say is adding more RNG, we got like almost 120, I believe, badges in this game. I remember back in like 15, we had a total of like 40, I think. That was the most. Back in 15, 16, it went up to like, I think it was 50. And as the years go by, you keep adding on these badges. That's just like throwing more RNG into the game. It's just too much RNG. They have to eliminate all these badges come next year. Because if not, it's just adding. It's like almost you're trying to cover up a hole by just throwing water in there. It ain't going to do nothing but dry out, but the hole's still going to be there. I mean, in my opinion, take the badges out. Take some of these badges out. Like, some of these badges don't even make sense. Like dimer and needle threader. It's almost the same thing. If I throw a no-look pass, that's a dime. But I also got to throw that no-look pass and have it like in between defenders or, whoever I'm trying to throw it to. That's how we call it as a dime in real life, or being a dimer. Why do we have to have a badge called needle threader and dimer? Nah. I don't have to have one separated from another when it's together. In my opinion, that's how it is. Deadeye and blinders, it's the same thing. Deadeye is for the front shooting in case somebody closes you out from the front. But on blinders, it's in case somebody comes from the side and close you out. It's the same thing. If I'm focused on trying to make a shot, and granted, yes, I understand that this game is not real life, but if I'm trying to make a shot and I'm shooting, whether if you come from the side or the front, if I keep my concentration, that is a dead eye shooter, point blank, period. There's no other way around that. Like, but you add on another badge that throws on the RNG for that badge too, which is dead eye. It's just too much. You got a badge called Menace. Why do I need a badge called Menace to slow down who I'm guarding, their attributes, when Clamp should already be doing that by itself? That's RNG. That's just adding on more RNG. And then here's another reason why I believe that Menace is a big factor in RNG playing defense. Sometimes the game would, and this is my opinion, this is just a theory I got. This ain't law or this ain't set in stone. But the fact that Menace is trying to activate and you got a person that's just sitting there just going left, right, and spamming crosses and left, right. I mean, the attributes are going up and down, up and down. In my opinion, it probably get to a point where it just gets stuck at a certain number. And that's why a lot of players make these fades. The other night I was not shooting, but I was playing against a PG that was going left and right, running straight to the corner. Mind you, I got 7 inches of height and I'm jump contesting, not arm contesting, not the right stick up contest. I'm literally jumping at this man. It's straight green. But because you have a badge called Stop and Pop and Circus, like it's the same thing. Even if you stop and pop, like if I got to stop and pop and I drift to the side, I still had to stop and then jump to make that shot. It's not realistic for a player anyway to be running from one side of the court to another, get to a corner, and while in momentum, shoot a fadeaway three. That doesn't make sense at all. It's the same. If you're gonna do that, just call it for what it is. Just call it a Circus 3 and take out the stop and pop badge. Another issue that I have is Mike Wayne said, well, mid ranges are going to be very key in this year's game. I've rarely seen any kind of mid ranges playing rec. It's rare. It's rare that you even see more than one shot taken in the mid range, unless that person is wide open. And I mean, in order to do that, you still gonna need difficult shots, and that's why I say it's too many badges that come into play. It's too much. You got a badge called Ankle Breaker that barely even triggers. And you need tie handles in order to get ankle breakers to trigger. Like, one badge should not rely on to another. And that's why I feel as though this game is completely dead on next gen. It's too much RNG. It's too much overlapping of the badges on trying to trigger. It's too much the nonsense of running from one corner just to shoot a three and make it. And you're like 7 inches taller than the person you guard. Nah, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Not in this lifetime or the next, you could tell me that would make sense. What they have to do on 23, they have to cut down these badges, first off. And second off, get rid of the city. Nobody don't want to run from one side to another. I don't care if you unlocked, spawn anywhere, the achievement, whatever they call it in the game. But, nobody don't want to be running around. Nobody don't want to run from one side of the city to another side just to get a jersey, to then go to a court. Then that court is dead. They gotta run across the city just to get to that court. It's just too much RNG. It's too much RNG. The city is way too big. The events, I will say, they kind of did a good job on that. They actually kind of listened to the community, but at the end of the day, I mean, the game gets bored. And then the level 40, you grind the level 40 and that's it. Then after 40, there's no more use of playing it. Yeah, if you're a streamer, you have to play because it's an incentive towards y'all. But to us, just a regular guy that just get off work, play a couple games, probably upload a video here and there, it's no incentive. And some streamers after 40, they don't even play it no more. Nate X is probably the one I've seen that probably consistently plays on stream, as far as I know, apart from Bake. And shout out to Bake. But it's rare. Like, big streamers don't even want to stream this game no more. Like, Ticino even said it himself in the last stream he had, that this game is completely dead. And that's just on current gen. And I'm on next gen and I'm telling you that it's dead. So the game overall is just, it's dead. and the race for legend, it kind of lost its lure too, and it like made the player base almost bored. It's like, why bother? Why bother playing a game that is gonna be easy for me to actually just go get level 40? Then after that, what? What else am I gonna do? I mean, yeah, you could play with your boys and help them, and then when they hit, then what? There's no incentive to it. There's no base to it. If they're gonna do seasons again, extend the seasons. Go to like level 80 or something. Give it something to where it can actually match the time frame, not just by days. You have a certain amount of days to do it, and yeah, you could do it within what, a week. I've seen Power did it, I believe, in 5 days or 4 days, something like that. It's crazy. But anyways, let me know. Give me your thoughts and opinions on the comments below. Peace.